Hello everybody, in this video we should use some great strategies if you want to make sure you do well in PvP in Minecraft Legends. Some really strong strategies, all based on the correct my experience and other players' experience that I play with, sharing their own thoughts, strategies, and yeah, let's dive into it. Well, based on all the games that I played, there were two winning conditions. First one is building a Redstone Launcher and bombing the enemy's base directly. Second, using golems, which are great against structures, to brute force enemy defenses walls and attack the core of the base. But the thing is that it's pretty easy and fast to actually build the Redstone Launcher. Now, although the specific resource to build it, 100 redstone, 100 stone and 50 wood, are not high, there are some things you need to do before you can actually build it. First, you need an improvement hub, which will cost you 300 stone and 150 wood, so make sure to gather it first. This of course allows you to build more improvements which are essential in PvP. And the one improvement that we actually need is the one that allows us to gather redstone. As if you remember, without redstone we won't be able to build the Redstone Launcher. And as you can see, we need 100 of them. But to have this improvement that allows us to gather redstone, we need prismarine. And more precisely, 25 of them. And how do you get the prismarine? By destroying piglins' structures. And of course you can ask your teammates to help you out if you need to, because resources are shared. As you can see, I'm destroying a structure and getting prism. Once you have the resource needed, you can actually position it and in a strategic location, we're going to talk about that in a moment, and start shooting. Keep in mind that you need to interact with it manually in order to aim, and it will shoot 5 projectiles. Again, taking it anywhere in the area where it's designated. After that, it gets into a cooldown state and it will start shooting again. If you really want to extend the range, use the Spyglass Overlook, which requires diamond as well to craft, in order to extend the range. And for that you need the improvement Gather Diamond. Keep in mind, it depends on what you want to make. Sometimes it requires several of those improvements to increase the maximum capacity of how much you can actually carry, and some of the structures that you want required more than just one improvement. But one way to counter it is using the Protector Tower, although as of the time making this video, some told me that some of the hits can actually pass through if the projectile actually hits the top of the base. I haven't verified that, but I was told about that. But basically this is something that might be glitched, and basically the Protector Tower should protect you against a specific radius, protect any structure in its radius against those big projectiles. And the way to counter it, by the way, the moment you hear your opponents start having this improvement for gathering redstone, it already should be an alert for you to start finding a way to counter it. Here we can see we already built redstone near the base. We brought lots of allies to help us, basically just to stall, so they won't actually destroy the launcher, and we just continue hammering the enemies. They bring more of their allies, but what we do, I'm actually building right now walls, and we have also towers, and basically try to keep them busy until one of the players actually will continue shooting again until we take the base down. Of course, if you have extender, you can do it in far away from the base. Important to keep in mind that, for example, watch the topography. If you have a mountain, you can actually be hidden and do it from the top. It's very hard to bring your allies on the top of a mountain, especially if it's steep. I actually tried to take a group of them in one of the games that actually position a redstone launcher on top of it, and I'm just looking at where are my allies. They actually couldn't climb the mountain at all. And basically it allows you, if you are in a more hidden place and they can actually see you, to even build very strong structure and army to actually protect the Redstone Launcher. And by the time enemies will try to take it down, the base will be, well, out. Unless of course they have some protection. Keep in mind also, if you see that you can actually take the base, at least take the upgrades section out. It can really have a really negative impact and requires players to start gathering resources. They're only going to be in a big disadvantage. So if you see that you can really do lots of damage to the base, and the base, keep in mind, if they have this carpet on hard, they will continue healing the base again. So you want to set structures that are less resilient, like the improvement one, and take them down. Alright, so this is for the Redstone Launcher. The other thing is regarding golems. They're very easy and of course cheap and quick to make, and if you bring lots of them very fast, and attack enemy bases, you can really take things out very, very fast. This is kind of a brute force way to actually do things, and the main strategy is you don't even need to create a base. All you need to do is create this. This is the Cobblestone Golem spawner, and as you can see, it deals high damage to structures. For that you need lapis, of course, to spawn your allies, and to create one you need stone and wood. Now if you want to be aggressive and make sure actually that your golems survive, you can even bring the mossy golem spawner, basically healers. Although keep in mind that it requires also iron in order to build that spawner. And for that you need the gather iron improvement, alright, something to keep in mind, and gather iron if you want to spawn more. And to create that one, you can see you need 100 prismarine. Again, going to enemies, piglin bases and destroying structures. And create a bigger army, you want large flame of creation or flame of creation, which required gold to create and prismarine. This allows you to spawn more allies, and if you want more to follow you, you will need another improvement called banner, so more can actually rally after you. And one way to try to deal with this is building a frost tower. They can actually freeze a lots of bunch of enemies in a big radius, and kind of give you more time to actually well, prepare, or have more time to react. But the thing is that the strategy is you need to do it quick, so basically your enemies won't be able to prepare or get to the point that actually build a tower by the time you actually going with a big army to attack their base. And they were so busy doing so many other things that, well, you have more time to continue in doing that by just harassing them. Now when you're doing it, do a sneak attack. Position your spawners in an area where actually enemies can actually see you. It can be above a mountain, behind a mountain, and just a place where you can actually be noticed. And just reposition in a different area so they won't actually search for the spawner. And when you retreat back, don't give them the right path so they know exactly where you put the spawner, and then get to it again and spawn more and continue attacking like that. Basically making good use of the typography. This is a great way to try to harass enemies in being also unpredictable and very hard to locate where you actually put a spawner. A way, by the way, to counter it is putting arrow towers in different far locations from the base, or basically even put towers or something that can alarm you if enemies will try to attack this tower, because arrow towers can actually prevent enemies from putting spawner because they continue hitting it and they won't be able to finish it, so they need to attack it. And when they attack it, you get a notification, so it serves kind of as an alarm where enemies are actually located where you put the towers at. Anyway, this is it for this specific guide. More advanced guide follow. This is again based on my experience playing the game and kind of try to aggregate all the main things, the main winning condition that happen, and these are the two main winning conditions that happen in all of the games that I actually played, and I share with you, how you do this, some tips and tricks, and hopefully you do well with them. Of course, more strategies will be built because players will learn those tricks and we try to go around it, but still I think they'll still be viable nonetheless. Thanks for watching, everybody. Consider subscribing, give this one a little like, and I see you on the next guide. Thanks for watching.